Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it'd be fun to do a Q&A video. I feel like you guys don't know too much about me, so I thought I might as well do something like this, where you guys kind of get to know a bit more about who I am past what I show in my videos. Thankfully, you guys asked a ton of questions. I was so scared that no one was gonna ask me questions when I posted it on my second last video, but you guys came clutch, asked so many great questions, and I'm super amped to read them and just answer them. So there's a lot more than I anticipated, as I said before, so I'm gonna try and go through them as fast as possible because I obviously want to answer everybody's question. So yeah, let's get straight on into the questions. All right, so the first one is from Mechi or Meki. She asked, she said, I'd love to know if you have any favorite video games. Hope you're having a good day, and thank you as always for all the great videos. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy them. Video game wise, I was never too into video games, but my older brother was, and I really enjoyed, I would like sit and just watch him play because I love the storylines. Like, I really enjoyed watching him play Halo because that was like, to me, that whole storyline, like every single game, how they tied together and like the whole Reach thing, I thought it was so cool. But I was shit at those games, so I could never get through the story. And then I'm trying to think stuff I'd actually play, like probably like Super Smash Brothers or Mario Kart. I'm not really well versed in the video game world, but yeah. Next, Angie F asked, do you like any Marvel movies? If so, which are your faves, fave characters, etc.? If you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys have probably already unfollowed me off Twitter because I will not shut up about Marvel right now. I'm the biggest Marvel stan, it's not even funny. Favorite characters, that's such a hard question, but I'd have to say like someone who's consistently always like my fave is definitely the Winter Soldier, because Sebastian Stan is literally the love of my life. Oh my god. But then like Hulk, Black Widow, Captain America, duh. But even like Anthony Mackie's so funny. Like there's like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, like he's always in my top 3. There's just too many. And Tom Holland, oh my god, I think someone asked me who my favorite Spider-Man is, so I'll wait to give that spiel later, but there's just too many. I love them all. Angie also asked if I had any skincare favorites. I feel like a dick for saying this, but I'm gonna save that for my skincare video, just because I'm gonna go in a lot more depth on like my routine and all that kind of stuff, so it'll be a little more helpful than me just being like, oh, this. So look out for that. I know I keep saying like, oh, it's coming soon, but I promise it's coming soon. Ninja the Cat asked, what book character would you like to meet the most? I hate myself for saying this, but I really want to meet Patch from what's it called? Hush Hush. I know, I'm really cringy. It's terrible. We've been new, but that's the truth. Aaron O'Donoghue asked a ton of questions. Thank you so much. He asked, what are your favorite genres? I can't really say, like, I guess my favorite genres would be like contemporary and just traditional YA. I try not to pigeonhole myself by like only looking at genres on like book sites. I typically will just go to like sites that do roundups of like stuff that's coming out in the month and then pick from there, but usually I end up just being interested in the same shit, so it doesn't really matter. He also asked, who is your favorite and least favorite character from any book? Favorite character, that's really hard. I'm just gonna say Hermione from Harry Potter because every book just is like, every book I've ever read just suddenly vanished from my mind. And least favorite character, Selena from Throne of Glass. I don't like her at all. And then, are there any good characters from otherwise bad books that you've read? Definitely Chol, however you pronounce it, from Throne of Glass. And then, what are your favorite and least favorite tropes? This is a hard question because I think I can deal with any kind of trope if it's written well. I think my issue is when you kind of have those tropes like the bad girl and the good girl that are just so overused that it's really easy for them to be shittily written. So I don't want to say like I have favorite or least favorite tropes because I don't want to say, oh, I hate this trope, and then you guys see me do a rave review on a book that features it. But I think it just kind of boils down, in my personal opinion, to if it's written well. I think you can make any bad trope good if you're a good writer. And then finally he asked, how do I pronounce my last name? It's pronounced Aonso, exactly how it's written. Yeah. Camilla Ugarte, or Ugarte, I'm sorry, I'm messing up on these names so bad, asked, what is your fave, or what are your fave Netflix shows, series, movies, etc.? Let me just check my Netflix really quick. Okay, I really loved the Dirty Money series off Netflix. I totally forgot about that one. Also really loved New Girl because I just love those kind of sitcom, or not sitcom, but just those kind of like girl in a city, like with, I'm so typical, it's not even funny, but those kind of styled shows I love, and I hate that they're going out of style. What else? What other Ugly Delicious, as well as Sour Grapes I really enjoyed. How to Get Away with Murder. Wormwood was so good. What else could I recommend? Blackfish is on Netflix as well. I definitely recommend that. It's just a really important documentary. As well, there's another one by one of the doctors, or not doctors, people featured in that documentary. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll link it in the description or pin it, because that one is just as amazing, and it focuses on like past just killer whales. So well done. I really love like those like kind of documentaries on that kind of cause. So those are like my favorite. I know that's a super short list. Maybe I'll like compile something better and more coherent in the description box, but hopefully that helps. Next, Amelia asked, one genre you hardly ever pick up. True romance. Like if it actually is like in the romance genre, I don't touch it typically, because I just don't like stories that are literally just all about romance. Steph A asked, has there ever been a case in a book to film situation where you've loved the book, but unexpectedly loved the film even more? Love your channel. Thank you. I'm glad you do. I don't think so. I think I'd say probably one where I liked the movie as much as I liked the book would probably be Call Me By Your Name. I think that was a great adaptation. But I don't think I've ever had a situation where I've thought the movie was better than the book. Honeypot asked, also you might have answered this, but how old are you? I am 20 years old. I look 12. I act 12, but I'm 20, and it pains me to say that, but yeah, I'm no longer a teenager. Carly Stewart asked, what is your least favorite trope in books? I mean, if it's written well, the worst trope could be good in my eyes, I guess. But one, I guess, that kind of peeves me the most is the whole, like, I'm not like other girls kind of thing. I feel like even if you wrote that well, I'd still kind of be like even in Emergency Contact, where like there was those little kind of like, I don't know, it wasn't fully like I'm not like other girls, but you could tell there's a bit of that like seed kind of drop there. I was like, really, was that really necessary? So I guess that would kind of be an example of one. Linda asked, are you a fan of Star Wars? If so, what do you think about the new films? Oh, and what booktubers do you watch or recommend? I'm a massive fan of Star Wars. Literally my first man crush, like Casey Aonso in grade 4, I was sporting my Star Wars backpack. My man crush Monday was Harrison Ford and Ewan McGregor. I really quite enjoy the new films. I am a creature of habit, and I'm someone who doesn't really like change, so definitely like when Harrison died, I wanted to die. And then when Luke died, I also wanted to die, but at the same time, I think that it's going to be really cool the direction that it's heading in, and like worst case, I can relive the films by going back and just rewatching the old ones. I am so excited for the new Solo movie though. Han is just, I'm so excited, and the concept of Donald Glover as Lando, we don't deserve that, but I'm glad that someone in the world thought that we did, because that, oh my god, I'm so excited for that. Sorry, and she also asked, what booktubers do I watch or recommend? I don't actually watch that many booktubers. I'll like watch on and off some people's videos to get inspiration, but to be completely honest, I just haven't like, you know when you watch someone and you like kind of click and you're like, yes, like I want to watch this person all the time. I just haven't really had that experience with a lot of booktubers. I think probably the only person that I watch like all of their videos is definitely Insane Reader. I think he is so entertaining and fun to watch, so I would definitely recommend him. I'll link his channel in my description box because he's actually the funniest human being in the community in my opinion, but that's probably who I'd recommend the most. Leona's Journey asked, yes, your favorite music, fave concert experience. I love this question so much. There are so many. I could literally make an entire video about concerts. They're my favorite place to be. I love live music so much, but probably my favorite concert experience would be like seeing like my favorite band's Keen and the Kooks live, which I just freaking love both of those bands so much, as well as I know it sounds so lame, but like, come on, like Weebin knew that I'm a One Direction stan, and during Take Me Home, during the first night of the Toronto, like there were 2 dates and there's a Toronto date, Harry actually talked to me, and that is like, I will hold that close to my heart for the rest of my life. honestly, that was like the coolest experience ever. I'd never had something happen to me like that. So that is probably up there as well. But every concert, I guess, I just really enjoy live music and like seeing my favorite bands live and getting to hang out with people that are all like-minded and love the same thing. Like so many of my friends I've met because of live music and concerts, and we just have like the best, like most pure friendships because we just love music. And going on a tangent, I'm sorry, those would be my favorite experiences. Almit K asks, I'm trying to get back into reading after a really long time. What book would you recommend that is easy to read yet exciting? I would definitely say the Go Ask Alice books. They're so short, very impactful, will leave you like reeling, but they're super quick to read. Those are definitely the books that I think you're looking for. Miss Sixpack asked about skincare. As I said, I'll do a separate video on that. And she said, I was at a school event recently, and for an icebreaker, they told us to turn to someone and tell them about the most physical pain you've ever been in. Weird question, but it made for some interesting stories. I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay. So when I was in the 5th grade or the 6th grade, I fell out of a tree and I fell face down onto like glass because there was like beer bottles and stuff. So I actually have like a light scar right here, and that was pretty painful. I think that's probably the most pain I've ever been in, other than like maybe like an ugly fall like snowboarding or wakeboarding or something like that. So yeah. Untrusted Gamer asks, what is your top favorite mental health book? I don't actually have one, and actually that question kind of makes me want to like make a video about something like that. I know that I have, where is it? It's somewhere in that pile over there. It's a book by Matt Haig, I just forget. Oh, Reasons to Stay Alive. I haven't started reading it yet, but it's supposed to be very good. So if you're looking for a book that is good, it's supposed to be geared towards like helping you kind of like crawl out of depression. I would definitely already recommend that because I've heard rave reviews. Haraya Ramzan, I'm so sorry I'm butchering your name, asked, which TV show do you recommend the most? I'm gonna sound like the biggest local right now, but definitely probably The Office or Friends, or what else? I don't know. I'll try to like put some more examples in the description box. I keep drawing blanks right now. Bella Bells asked, top 5 books that you thought were absolute garbage but are loved by a lot of people. I'm gonna make a separate video on this. Thank you for the video suggestion. That is a perfect idea. So I'll definitely make a separate video entirely about stuff like that. And then Ilmiana Fermantica, I'm so sorry once again. I don't know if you filmed the Q&A or not, but I want to ask what are your hobbies beside reading? And I noticed that you have a privated playlist of bullet journaling. So hobbies beside reading would probably be, I love photography, I love photo editing and like graphic editing in general, but in terms of like actual like physical hobbies, I really enjoy snowboarding, wakeboarding, what else do I like? I'm trying to think like hobbies. Badminton, tennis, like I'm just kind of always down for anything. And then in terms of the privated playlist on bullet journaling, I initially was thinking of doing a bullet journal, and I had a couple videos out on it and then kind of realized I just wasn't filling it out, so it didn't really make any sense to keep going. But I definitely appreciate other people's tenacity to keep up with their book journal or bullet journal. Jessica Peatout asked, what job do you want? Love the channel, by the way. Thank you so much. Job-wise, in a perfect world, I would love to be a graphic designer or a video editor or just something in that field. I love anything visually like driven or focused. Anything that just involves visuals or art or graphics or media design or just anything like that. I'm so interested in it, and in a perfect world, I would love to my job would just be centered around all sorts of stuff like that. Then Razan A asked, how do you get in the mood to read? I will go through spots where I can read like 20 books in like 5 days, or I read none in like 3 months. Typically, in terms of getting into the mood of reading, if I'm in too big of a drought, I'll usually try to pick up something I'm really interested in, or maybe something smaller, just so it's easier to tackle and then move on and read bigger books as I go along. But in terms of just getting in the mood, I mean, just kind of, I guess, get into like relaxation mode, maybe like get like a nice cup of tea and like just chill in your bed. I like to typically, when I'm reading, I'll typically turn off my phone just because I like to be quite in the zone when I'm reading. I don't like to multitask while I'm reading. I think that also has to do a lot with the fact that a lot with the reason why I don't jive with audiobooks so well, mainly because I just find with audiobooks I get distracted too easily. So yeah, that's how I get into the mood for reading. Next, Marilyn XX asked, what inspired you to start making videos? Honestly, it was kind of one of those things where my program that I'm in for school, at the time when I started making videos wasn't very visually based, and I wanted to kind of make my own content where I could dictate exactly what it looked like and how I designed it and how I edited it and how everything went. I'm quite I don't want to say a control freak, but I do like to be in the driver's seat with projects and stuff like that. So I felt like with my channel, I could make all the decisions, and I also just love kind of like putting my opinion out there, and that's kind of, I guess, what drove me making a channel, because essentially a channel is just kind of like sharing your opinion or your thoughts or showing people things in your life, and I just kind of was like, oh, like I could get into something like that. Angie F asked, who are some of your Facelab crushes? Definitely John Mayer, Jake Gyllenhaal, Zayn Malik, and who else? There's somebody else. Sebastian Stan, definitely. Love him. Angie also asked, Angie, you came clutch with the questions, okay? Like, Angie threw like 18 questions my way. I was like on my phone, it was like, question. I'm like, this is perfect, thank you. And they're all great questions. She asked, if you could bring a dead celeb back and have a talk with them, who would it be? Definitely Carrie Fisher, 100%. She also asked, which celeb is alive that you want to sit and talk with? John Mayer, 110%. She also asked, what are some of your favorite 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s movies, like oldies? I'd say my favorite movie of all time is When Harry Met Sally. I also really like She's All That. What else? Big is another good one. Oh, there's so many. I'll leave that in like a pinned comment or something, because there are just so many. I'm just blanking out really hard right now. She also asked, what is your fave accent and can you do any? If any, please show. I can't do any accent to save my life. My favorite accent would probably be, I'm a sucker for a British accent. Like, I can't, it's basic, but it's true. She also asked any high school advice. Let me know if you guys would be interested in a full-on video on this. I feel like that could be a cool kind of sit-down chatty video. So maybe I'll save that question for a dedicated video. But she also asked, who's your favorite Spider-Man and who's your least fave? Honest to God, I was a Tobey Maguire. Listen, I was like, no one is going to be a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire. And then Tom Holland came in with his squeaky voice and his nice hair, and I'm a changed woman, okay? Tom Holland is a great Spider-Man. I really, really love him, and I think they're both great. Andrew Garfield, we're just gonna politely put him in a corner because I still feel bad that he got his like chance yanked away from him, but we're just gonna politely put him over there. He just wasn't meant for the role. He's too good looking. Like, Peter Parker's supposed to be nerdy. Like, I remember when it all like came out and it was like Andrew Garfield. I'm like, are we serious right now? We're gonna pretend that Andrew Garfield's a nerd? Like, okay. Iskutsta, Virginia, I'm so sorry for butchering your name. She asked, how do you have so much time to record? And have you ever heard of Timothy? Of course I've heard of Timothy, so much that I've now taught myself to say Timothy instead of Timothy. But in terms of how I have so much time to record, I don't know. I try to record as much as I can. I guess it's as easy as I could say. Like, I'm now out of school for the term, so I have summer, which gives me more time. But I guess the key to it is just I pre-record like shit. If I have like an hour block, I'll try to film like 3 videos. So it helps to be able to kind of have those videos on deck in case something happens. So I just constantly kind of have content going up. Elise Johnston asked if you could live in any movie or TV show universe, which would it be and what kind of role would you play? Probably When Harry Met Sally, and I would just want to be there. I just want to be chilling, like, in the background. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much to everyone who asked questions. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you guys got to know a little bit more about me. If I didn't answer your question, I think I got everybody, but if I didn't, feel free to comment it in this video or in this video's comments, and I'll try to get to it in a future video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.